Hello there, and welcome to this video on utilizing the KELP Foundational Literacy modules with lower literacy learners. The purpose of this video is to help you introduce and use information and skills found within the module with learners who may not be ready to work with the actual reading materials provided. The reason this is possible is that each reading skill and its companion practice and self-check activities can stand alone. This means that for lower level learners, the initial skills and activities can be pulled out and practiced with alternative external resource materials. For more advanced readers and abstract thinkers, the topics, reading selections, and activities which come later in the module are appropriate. Today we will focus on the reading skills and their respective practices and self-checks. So let's begin. Step 1. Be sure you are using the Facilitator Guide. The Facilitator Guide has additional teaching notes and suggestions in note boxes, as well as complete answer keys, both throughout the module activities and at the end of the module. Also be sure that the learner is given the necessary pages from the Learner Guide. The Learner Guide has fewer answer keys and no note boxes. Step 2. Familiarize yourself with the module. If you haven't already, read through the module introduction and the question sections of the module. The module introduction offers a very brief overview of the overarching question guiding the module, while the objectives section lists the outcomes the module is designed to achieve. If you are using the module with lower level learners, a brief review of these sections will suffice, as you will not be addressing the overarching question directly. Later, if your learner is ready for more advanced practice, come back to these sections before diving into the topics in the second half of the module. Step 3. Explore the reading skill you are going to introduce. Some skills can be covered in one lesson, while others are broken down into more manageable chunks. For example, the reading skills of the 5 W's of reading for information is comprised of a single lesson, while the reading skill of identifying main ideas is broken into 3 lessons. What is the main idea? What is the topic? And keywords. Generally, approach each reading skill one lesson at a time. Let's look at preparing the first lesson in identifying main ideas. What is the main idea? Read the lesson for the reading skill you are preparing carefully. In some cases, the lesson may contain more than one section, as indicated by subheadings. Decide what is critical for the learner to understand in order to be successful. Put these points into your own words. For the What is the Main Idea lesson, you would want to include the following points. Recognizing the main idea is the most important skill for reading comprehension. The main idea is general, while the supports or details are specific. Ask yourself, what's the point to find the main idea? The main idea is like an umbrella idea. The supporting details fit under the umbrella. And look for general versus specific. As you work through, fill in any blanks in the lesson prior to meeting with the learner. This will save you scrambling later. Step 4. Decide how you will communicate this information with your learner. Consider what will work best for your learner. Perhaps reading out loud, having the learner read out loud to you, giving the reader time to read silently and explain it back to you, asking a question and having the learner find the answer within the text, or as one of many other methods you may already use. As you progress through the lesson, reinforce the key language in the lesson, as this will carry not only through this module, but through the other modules as well. Provide support depending on your learner's needs, but always allow time for processing. As you and the learner work through the content, have the learner complete any activities leading up to the first practice and self-check. The format of this part will vary from lesson to lesson. Step 5. Practices and self-checks. Prior to delivering the lesson, read the directions and attempt a few questions for each practice. Answer keys are at the back of the module of both Facilitator and Learner Guides. The last step to adapt these modules for lower level learners will be to find external resources to practice the skills on. More information on that coming up.